Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a massive shift happening in business. It's this move away from just making a sale to building something real, a genuine, loyal community. So, how do you actually turn customers into fans? Let's get into the blueprint.
So let's just jump right in with a question that I think gets to the absolute heart of this. Why is it that some brands have actual fans? I mean, people who are just passionate about them, while other brands, well, they just have customers. What's that secret sauce?
The answer, plain and simple, is community. And here's the most important thing to get right from the start. This isn't just some nice-to-have marketing strategy anymore. For any brand that wants to stick around for the long haul, building a community is an absolute necessity.
Okay, so first things first, let's really dig into why a community is so incredibly powerful. What can it actually do for your brand? This is where it really starts to click. I mean, a strong community naturally leads to recurring sales because people feel invested. They're not just buying a product, they're buying into a mission. And that feeling, it boosts your brand's value and maybe most importantly, it creates this incredible positive word of mouth that does your marketing for you. It's a powerful cycle that just keeps growing.
All right, so if we're going to build this thing, where do we even begin? Well, like any good building, you have to start with a solid foundation. And for your community, that foundation is your brand's identity. So what are we actually talking about when we say foundation? We're talking about your brand mission and values. And look, these can't just be some fancy words on your About Us page. These are the core beliefs you share with your audience that make them feel like, yeah, I get these guys. I belong here. It's that feeling of being part of something bigger.
But here's the thing. It's not enough to just have these values. You've got to live them out loud, you know? That means sharing content that feels real, celebrating your own customer stories, and talking in a way that actually connects with your audience. Everything you put out there should be reinforcing that one clear identity. Okay, foundation's poured. What's next? Well, now you've got to decide where everyone's going to hang out. It's time to pick the perfect venue, that digital spot where your community can come together. And as you can see, there is absolutely no one-size-fits-all answer here. A private Facebook group, perfect for a broad audience. But if you're a super visual brand, maybe Instagram is your sweet spot. For B2B, LinkedIn is often the place to be. And for those really niche communities that thrive on real-time chat, you can't beat Discord or Telegram. The key is to go where your people already are. Don't make them come to you.
All right, we've got our foundation, we've picked our venue, but you know, an empty room is, well, it's just an empty room, isn't it? Now comes the fun part, filling it with life, with conversation, with real engagement.
This really boils down to three key pillars, three main things we need to focus on. First, you have to create content that's actually valuable. Second, you need to make the whole experience personal. And third, you can use a little something called gamification to make it all fun. Let's break each of these down. Let's talk about that first pillar, valuable content. And let's be super clear. This is not just a sneaky way to advertise. This is about actually helping people. Think blog posts that solve a real problem, interactive polls that start a great conversation, or live Q&As where people can connect with you directly. You're trying to provide real, genuine utility, not just push a product.
Next up, personalization. Honestly, this is all about making people feel like they're not just a number. It can be as simple as using their name or as thoughtful as responding to their comments one-on-one. And here's a pro tip. Offering exclusive events or deals just for your community members, that sends a powerful message that you truly value them.
And that brings us to our third pillar, which is a really fun one, gamification. This is how you make being part of the community an exciting habit. You can create cool challenges or contests. You can reward people for being active and interacting. Things like loyalty programs with really clear, awesome incentives, they work wonders for keeping that energy high. Okay, so we've laid the groundwork, we've got people talking, but how do we make sure this thing lasts? The final, crucial piece of this whole blueprint is about building long-term trust, offering great support, and of course, measuring what's working. You know, when you strip everything else away, it all comes down to this one simple idea. Customers want to feel heard and appreciated. It sounds so basic, right? But it's the absolute truth that has to drive every single thing we've talked about. So how do you actually do that? It means having amazing customer support that's quick and helpful. It means you don't just listen to feedback, you actually do something with it. It means being transparent. Yep, even when things go wrong.
Trust isn't something you can just ask for. You have to earn it, day in and day out. And of course, you can't just hope it's all working. You gotta know. That's where measuring the health of your community comes in. You need to be tracking these key performance indicators, or KPIs, things like your engagement rate, how much time people are spending, and if community members are converting. This data is gold. It proves the value and helps you make things even better.
And that really brings us to the final question, the one I want you to walk away with today. After all this, take a hard look at your own brand and ask, are you genuinely building a community, or are you just looking for customers? Because the difference between those two things is everything. Thanks for tuning in.